Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
Steve Meisinger, your host for today's ISE webinar, where we have Steve Misic from the Online Trading Academy talking about FX options trading based on support and resistance. I mean, that's the way we all trade. So it's trading is based on supply and demand. Steve's going to make some very simple points, and he'll talk about his methodology of trading. So without further ado, Steve is an instructor at OTA, Online Trading Academy. Steve's been with us numerous times. He always has some great presentations. So please, I would like to welcome Steve Misic. Hey, Steve, how are you?
Steve, it's good to hear from you. How are you doing?
Doing great, doing great. What's going on with you?
Oh, well, you know, the usual try to get into the conference on time thing.
That's okay. It's okay. You're here, so that's the important thing.
Yeah, I made it, and thank you very much for inviting me back. I always enjoy coming here. It's you guys got a great website, great products, and you do a really nice job helping people try to educate themselves, which is, you know, that's the key.
That's the intention. Yep. Well, we're glad that you can give us your insights, as you know, you do from time to time. I looked through the presentation, and it really looks great. So I'm sure all the attendees are going to love it. So Steve, why don't you take it away?
All righty, let's jump right in here. So hi everybody, thanks. Really a pleasure being here again today. My name's Steve Misic. I am an instructor at the Online Trading Academy. I teach numerous asset classes, futures, Forex, equities, and options. I trade numerous asset classes too. And so we're going to jump into our presentation here. Let me make sure I've got control of my little ball here. And let's see, move on to the next slide. Come on, buddy. Where are you at here?
You should be able to just down arrow it, so I gave you the controls.
All right, let's try. There we go. Okay, good. I appreciate that. All right, so as always, folks, everything we talk about here is specific to your individual circumstances. Okay, not everybody can trade options. Not everybody should trade options. You really need to educate yourself. Really get some kind of a trading system together before you dive into any kind of an asset class. And but congratulations for everybody trying to do that on your own, because as you all know, it's a crazy world out there. And we're going to be talking today about a product here that's some of them are getting a little bit a lot of history in them now, because I've been around here for over a year, and some of the pairs are still relatively new. All of them are dollar-based, of course, which means instead of like in the spot market, you are not trading EUR USD, you are trading USD EUR, and that's very important that you understand that, because if you expect the dollar to appreciate against the euro, then you would buy this particular call. If you expect it to sell off versus the euro, of course, then you would buy a put. So it's very important that you understand the difference in the symbol here, because it is certain pairs opposite from the spot. But what's really, really great is the spot Forex market is in some kind of real turmoil right now with all the new regulations and laws that are coming out. July 31st is going to be a big deadline for quite a few brokers to update their platforms, make all kinds of changes to their platforms. Certain types of orders aren't going to be allowed anymore. So it's really a mess. So the good news is you can trade this product right in your regular equities account, and I love it just for that reason, because obviously the equity account that you're trading means that you have 100% protection. Right now it's SIPC protection. That's not always the case in the spot Forex markets. That's part of the reason for all the turmoil in those markets. So hopefully that will be addressed at some point in time, but who knows when. So good product. Really recommend that you check into it. I'm going to talk a little bit, first of all, in the first couple of slides about the goals of the Online Trading Academy. Again, our function is strictly education, and we teach people how to trade both based on fundamental information and technical information. One publication who I always like to point out that does the same thing in the equities markets is Investors Business Daily. They teach people how to trade based on valuations of certain assets in the stock market. Of course, they're valued based on earnings. They're based on dividend yields and various different metrics that they use to value an asset. And at the same time, though, without looking at a chart, you really can't tell who is in charge of the market as far as the sentiment goes. So in other words, when people trade these assets, if the buyers are in charge of the market, you'll see one type of pattern on your chart. Markets will usually move sideways for a period of time and then rally, move sideways again and then rally. That's a signal that the buyers are in charge of the market. Of course, you could see the opposite signal. You could see the markets basing and dropping at certain periods of time, and that would indicate, of course, that the sellers have control. And it's really, really important that what we're going to talk about today, support and resistance and trends, it's really, really important that you have an understanding of that. So hopefully my presentation today will help you a little bit with that. And I always like to say this, we teach every one of the different asset classes out there. A couple of reasons is, one, each one has its own cycle based on the business cycle. For example, at certain periods of time, money will come out of bonds and go into stocks. In times of fear, money will come out of stocks and go into bonds. Certain points in time, the commodity market will be rallying because the economic cycle is in that stage. And so it's very, very important that you try to educate yourself in as many of these asset classes as you can, both long-term and short-term. Certain vehicles are great for long-term trading, and other ones are really good for short-term trading. Once you have a basic understanding at the school of the core concepts of trading, the next step is to write out some kind of a comprehensive trading plan. Without going into battle, without a plan, you're destined to fail. If you don't know exactly what you're going to do and when you're going to do it ahead of time, this is usually when you're going to be subjected to the emotions of trading. Not everybody at the Online Trading Academy progresses at the same rate as everybody else, but you must get yourself to the point where you have a strategy that you're comfortable executing, and that is the holy grail of trading. I can stop right there. You're trading more yourself than you're trading anything else, and you must control your emotions, greed, fear, and we all have them. Now, this trading plan is going to be personal. It's going to be based on how much time you have available to trade, the amount of capital you have to start with, and the type of trader that you want to be. Certain people like trading actively. Others can't because they have a job. That still means that you should take control of your money and understand if you have somebody managing money for you or actually trading for you or whatever, you're comfortable with the strategy that they're executing. So this is good for any type of trader and investor too. This quote here at the top is one of my favorites. It's from one of our Online Trading Academy master instructors, Kevin Green, and he says, really all a trader needs to succeed is an understanding of support, resistance, and trends. And the next one is from a book that I have been reading recently on technical analysis. It's a fantastic little quote. Technical analysis is the art of identifying a trend reversal at a relatively early stage and riding on that trend until the weight of evidence shows or proves that the trend is reversed. So for swing traders, this is really where you want to go. And for trading the asset class that we're talking about today, the trends in this market are fantastic. So it's really a good idea to try to ride these trends as long as they last.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts.